both will be, it's a conflict. That's the second one. It's mentioned like this: if you have a package folder and name package 2, but the same folder name if you created under the package, if you try to create the same, it's already service is created, flow service, basically flow service or service, now flow service names.
Yes, sir.
If you try to create the same flow name or service name, it throws an error. Okay, so that's why we should have under package the folder name should be same as package name, so that you are making sure that the namespace collision should not happen. Or sometimes what will happen, the same service will be merged and your code, existing code, may be overwritten by the newly created service. Okay, so to avoid those, and like in a project if multiple people are working, right, so same integration server, only one integration server will be there, all 7 guys will use the same, connect to the same integration server, and you will develop the code. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So in a project, currently what you did, everyone installed an integration server, correct, and everyone have a designers.
Yeah.
Okay, but in actual project we will have only one integration server. Okay, it is running on some server. Okay, we will get an IP address and username password. So from the designer you will connect to the, you will connect to that integration server. So let's say Sairam created one package, he's working on one flow service addition. Okay, and Meghana, if she's also working, she created one package, okay, some XYZ package, but under that the folder name add and Sairam what he created add is matching folder names, and also under the folder name service name addition both are matching. Then whoever created first it will take, second one it throws the exception. So Meghana, when she's going to create addition, then she may not be able to create that for service. To put it in a way, let's say Sairam created like folder called, let's say Sai is a package name, but inside that he created add is a folder. Okay, inside that there is a service called addition underscore flow service. He created this service and he is working on the development. Now Meghna also created a folder called on her name. Generally we will not create with our names, we'll create with standard naming conventions, package names will be there, but just I'm giving an example. And Meghana, she's created a folder in the integration server. From the designer, she created a folder is matched, but she also trying to create same addition flow, the same name. Okay, she is sitting at her home, Sai is sitting at her home, his home, and connecting to the only one integration server. They are not communicating each other. They don't know, right, whether Sai is working on addition service or not. Meghana don't know, and vice versa. Sai also don't know what Meghana is doing. But when Meghana is trying to do this service, it throws an error. Okay, she don't know, like if she's experienced, she will know, oh, someone is created already this flow service. It throws error. Actually, if she looked at the correct error, she can able to find out, like the same flow service, the package name, that namespace is conflict is happening. That's why this service is not allowing to create. Is that clear what I'm explaining?
Yes, sir.
So that is why
Yes, sir.
this folder name should be different. Okay, so if you see this slide, what is what is the namespace of this folder, this service? Namespace of the server is, it's not a package name never included in the namespace. I'm clearly repeating. Package name. This question will come. If the flow name is given here, what is the namespace of this flow service? You should not say like acme dot acme. No. So it starts with folder under. Yes.
It's only folder name or under the packages. What we have the
package under the package, whatever the folder is, all the folders.
Only folders only. Not flow services.
It should be considered as a flow service also. Like acme dot map colon. If you see this colon, okay, folders are separated with the dot. Folders are separated with the dot, but colon and the service flow service name will be there. Everyone is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here also acme.util. See acme.utils colon. Okay, that is a namespace. This is a namespace. So in the namespace, this package name never will come. Okay. Okay. Generally, flow names. This one is package name. You will give like this. Flow name. Suppose two words are there. Two words. Add service. Let's say it's a two word, right? Add service. Let's say if I write add service. Easy. It's a two word, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyone knows camel type, camel case? Have you heard about camel?
Yes, sir, but no, exactly no idea.
Okay. So how the camel will be there? So one is low, one is upright on the high, right? So like this, first letter will be small letter, second word, first letter will be capital. Okay. So like this, we do like we call it as a camel type. In Java, like get method, get course. Suppose let's say courses. So first letter will be small and capital word. It's a two words are adding, right? So two word this one. So second letter will be this. We call it as a camel. Okay. So if that is the case, like now you have a two words in the package name, use camel type. Okay. Hope everyone clear this word. Camel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this slide, now what is saying here is this slide. Suppose someone is created package, folder one, service one. Again, someone other person is created, or it's already package is created, and the folder 2 is created, and service 2 created. Then it works because flow service is folder name and folder name is different. So namespaces are different. Then it works. Okay, but
folder name and namespace. Folder name and service 2, both of them should be separate, different, sir.
No, folder name if it is different, right? Automatically namespace will be different.
Folder name and service flow service is different only. It will get results. If same, it will get error.
So, okay, let me put it this way. Okay, let's say package 1. Okay, under the package 1, folder 1 is there. Okay, let's say SVC1, service 1 is there. Okay, next second folder is created. See, package 2. Here folder name is 2, let's say. Okay, here service 1, that works. SVC1, this will work. Yeah, because the name
only folder should.
No, CC, listen. We should remember like this. What is the namespace of this service? What is the namespace of this service? Folder 1, colon
1,
SVC1.
SVC1.
Yeah. What is the namespace of this one?
Folder 2, colon SVC1.
Yeah. Yeah. So in both are different, right? Namespaces are different. Okay. This namespace and this namespace is different, right? It works.
Okay. Namespace should be different.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So Shiva, you also got it, right? It's not just a folder. Okay. Namespace. We will talk about namespace.
Sir, here for example, I create one package name with Shiva. I take folder name is Shiva. Start with capital capital S. Yeah. In that I take one service one. Okay. Next I created another package. What something Nagaraju. Folder is Nagaraju. In this I created SC1. In case in this case also working, sir.
Works because namespace is different, right?
Yeah.
In your case, Shiva dot colon service one is the namespace. In case of Nagaraju
Nagaraju SVC1
colon SVC1. So namespace is different. Okay. Now let's say we created these packages like this. Okay, we are working, and next day you came and someone came and created a folder, another folder created under the same package. See package the same level. Okay, I created a package 1. This also we can create. So we can create n number of folders right here under the package. This is my package. I can create n number of folders. There is no restriction.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's say folder. This is a folder I created. So similarly here also I created a folder 1. Okay. Under that I am trying to add SVC1. Okay. What will happen is, so this folder 2 is already there. You are trying to add one more folder with SVC1. The namespace is matching here. This namespace and here also this namespace is same now.
Yes.
Yeah. So what will happen now? This package when we are trying to save, when we have created this one and trying to save,
already
throws
it exists.
error. Yeah, it throws error because
already it exists.
Yeah. So whatever this one is there, right? This will be saved. Okay. This is not conflict, so it is saved. But this is not saved. So the status will be, if you go to the IS integration server and if you see the status of this package, it says partially saved. Are you getting? Partially,
yes,
because
sir.
So this is already there, it's not saving. The entire package status is partial. Are you getting, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is what he's talking here.
Sir, if the folder name is same but service is different, what?
Then it will accept because there is no conflict, right? Let's say here folder name is there, here 2 is there. Suppose let's say. Okay. What is the namespace of this one? Folder 1. And
folder 1 SVC2.
So, because the namespace is different here, namespace is different here, namespace, it takes. There is no issue.
Folder should be opposite and SVC. This should be opposite of.
Yeah. So we should think like this. Namespace should be. Okay. I know what you are trying to say. Pattern you are finding, Anisha. But
yes.
So here, instead of going with a pattern, what I'm saying, it's a simple way to remember is write the namespace.
Okay.
Okay. And okay. So what he's saying here is where you can see this package list. You can go to the integration server when you are working, right? There we can see the package list. Packages. If you see, these are the packages. The one you created at customer service, I think you have created this one, right? Customer service, this package you created. So if you see this loaded, this is loaded, right? Okay. So this says partial something. If exception is there, error is there, then it will show the errors like this. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So this loaded is showing partial. So here what he's saying is this folder is different, this is different, that it's okay. Means partially conflict is happening. Folder 1 SVC1, folder 1 SVC1 is there. So it's a conflict, not completely conflict, but only partially conflict. Okay, that's why the status is showing as partial, and this svc1 will be discarded. It will be not loaded in the package. It will be saved, but it will not be loaded and it will not work. Okay, clear, right? In the designer, it will show you kind of a red color kind of thing. Okay, that is what he was talking. Okay, now I wanted you also, I will explain this one. When you read again 4th chapter, again note it down when it will conflict will happen, what will happen, where it, what it shows. Okay, if the, so again go through it, and if the package names are same, target package will be overwritten by the source. What is the meaning of if the package names are same? So this package name and this package, let's say it allows us to create 2 packages. So let's say this customer service is there, right? Let me go and create one more customer service package. What will happen? Same name is it, case sensitivity. It's already exists, is same. Okay, yeah, it will not allow. Okay, but this is, if you're still trying, okay, someone is acquired, there are possibilities are there. Okay, if 2 packages are same, what will happen is it will override. Someone is logged the package, okay, or hidden, or both at a time created the packages. It never happens. Okay, but at the same time, if it happens, one will be override by the other. Okay, so this question will come. I just wanted to focus. It will not allow to create the package we have seen, but this statement, if package names are same, what will happen? Okay, target package will be overwritten by the source. Are you getting? Okay, if the package names are not the same and duplicates are found, package names are not same, but the namespace which are duplicate, what will happen is you will see partial in the loaded column, where you will see partial in the loaded column. Okay, these are small things, everyone, but in interviews these kind of questions will ask, but when you do the coding, right, we hardly will find these kind of issues, because everyone creates a new package. We know already, right? We definitely go and create package name and folder name is same every time now, correct? But we need to remember these things. What will happen? I need everyone to study today again this namespace, details, namespace, conflict. Okay, this is clear, right? You will study and send the notes also. Okay, now package structure. What is talking is, in a project generally, okay, it's a best practices. The way, like I asked you, you have to organize your folders, files in laptop. I many times ask you, right? Right? Every day I'm asking you to archive files. Okay. Similarly, when you work in the project, you cannot create the way whatever the way you wanted the folders. Okay. How the project folder standards. How this way. Folder package name should be same as folder name. The folder name should be small letters. Generally 99% is what document types will use. Maps, if you want to map from one source to another target source, we'll see those map services. Utility services, these are the standard folders generally we'll create in every project. Okay, add in, you have done, right? Add in pins, add ins. It comes under flow service. Okay, you can write it under create under flow service like this here. So you have to organize well. Okay, web services goes under WS and consumer provided like this. These are the folder structure generally we create. It's not mandatory, but it's a best practices. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So here, right click all the folders you are creating. Those folders should be created properly. That is what it's meaning. Okay. Okay. So how to create the folders? He will talk about here. Okay. Demo I will not go through it. Okay. Generally, we'll create a template. Do you know template? Any template? What is the meaning of template?
Inserting, creating software.
Here we know templates, but in day-to-day life, something anyone can remember something like templates.
I'm here in Photoshop, sir.
You create some Photoshop and we'll ask like, hey, this is a template. Yeah. So use these templates. Even in our this one websites, we create some kind of a template. We'll say like, hey, use these templates, and you custom add your data, right? Customize yourself. Ready-made templates. Many times we'll say, right? Even if you see the clothes, ready-made clothes, it's a template based, right? They create like all same types, and then alteration you can do later if anyone wanted. Correct? So similarly, so templates are nothing but like every time if you go and create packages, right? Sometimes you do some spelling mistakes, and others also do some spelling mistakes, right? Or sometimes you will follow one standard, others will follow some other standards, right? In companies, right? In a project. So to make some consistency, generally what we do is we create a template packages. Okay. So how? Rightly here we'll create some kind of a package and keep it ready. So as in suppose let's say I'm a team lead, we are working for a project, we are going to develop many services. That time I will create some kind of a templates package folders. I will say like, hey, use this same structure to create your project files, means like services development. So let's say I can say template. I'll say something like template project. Inside that I will create some folders. Okay. Yeah. So you'll create these folders. No, you should not create a folder package and a yeah. So I can create a folder which is a template, small letter I'm giving. Okay. Template is a reserved word. So temp folder. Okay, it says reserved word saying temp folder. I just give you kind of this one is what is the style this one? I write like this.
Camel.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So inside that, let's say I will create all the folders. Okay. New. So if I create an adapter services, right? I will say that adapters. Okay. All adapter related services will create under adapters. Similarly, I'm going to create two and then understand similarly. So adapters, then flow services. Yeah, documents basically. Yeah, docs. Docs is nothing but documents all. Okay. Yeah, utils. All like that you can create the folders. Now you are working for a project. First thing is what you will do is for your service, let's say addition service you are creating. Package is nothing but let's say add package. Okay. You create a package. Now you will go to this one folder, right click, copy this folder structure and paste it there. Then, so it is copied, the folder structure is copied. Then this name you will modify or rename, right click, rename. you will do the rename, add, package name, folder name should be same. Okay, so this is where we'll use the templates. Okay, this is a way we work in a project. You will not create your own style of folder names. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So there are many
Yes, sir.
advantages in future. You will see why we follow some standards. There are many advantages are there. I will slowly explain you later. It's not like today I will explain everything and you will get it. Okay, it takes days, months also. New technologies understanding. Okay, so there are many advantages of organizing like this. This is called as a templates. Okay, hope you are understand now what is this template. Whoever studied. Okay, okay. Now where we are packages. Now how can we search? This one is explained. Like suppose hundreds of projects are there. You developed hundreds of services. Okay, how can I find where is something like I wanted to find some service name where it is there? Okay, it is difficult, right? I can go and expand everything and go and search like that. It takes days. Okay, one way I can do is right click. You need to know these commands, like how we can do. It is not necessary. This may not come in exam. May come exam in not exam, or someone will ask. But this is very handy. Like when you are working a project, this is very useful. How to search? Okay, like Control C, Control V. Everyone knows, right? Control C, Control V.
Yes, sir. Copy paste.
Yeah, copy paste. Similarly,
Yes, sir.
these commands should know. Okay, open. You can open and you can search. Get customer. See get customer. If I want to the service name, I can see, oh, this gets customer services under customer services, adapter services. Oh, here it is there. There is no need for me like open each package and search. Okay, I can search here. Are you getting right? So I know this is one person doing one of the interview. I asked one of the guy, yeah, how you can search. Let's say I have services. I wanted to see like that guy really worked, practiced or not. Not practiced, really worked or not. Okay, so that is why I'm saying like with my experience saying where questions will come. Okay, now you have to remember that you have to do open elements. There you can search. Okay, this is one way. Like you can click on here. Search is there. Here also you can search. Okay, this is web method search. So entire package it will search. That is one way. Okay, or within the package you can Control F. Control F also.
Fine.
You can find. Control find. F is the find. Okay.
So is not
Three
working
ways.
in default. In case of
Let me
default,
check.
Control F not working.
No, it's working. Default also it works. Okay, it's searching everything. Okay, there are three ways, but mainly like you will control right click and open elements. You can search open elements. That's a question will come. I used to ask also. Okay, right click
Select to open
and
elements.
open elements
Shortcut
and
Control Shift A.
shortcut forget about, but at least you can remember right click and open element. That you can remember.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, you can do like this. So he talks about demonstration. Don't go with the shortcuts. Like it is useful for us, but we'll remember only this one. Right click, open element. That is easy way to remember. Control Shift A. I don't think you will remember. Okay. Control F. Find. You will remember. This maybe you can remember. Control Shift A. I don't think. Okay. So demo. These are okay. Let me go here. I'm just trying to go through it. Whatever you study, right? Thought to focus on this one. Okay. Now this is done. Again, I need everyone like go through this one starting from including Shiva Prasad, Jashwant. You guys did, but again I wanted.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next, let's go to the next
Now
chapter.
we have some idea about that slide, sir. Now we are getting idea.
Yeah, now you are getting right.
Yeah.
Studied at the time, we're not
Yeah.
able to understand, but now again I'm repeating the same. So
Yeah.
that is why, yeah, you can remember for long. Oh, that I studied, okay, but at that time I have not understand. Now this is repeating. That is a way you can remember for long.
Yeah.
Instead of by heart, read, mug up. Okay, in IT, this is yeah.
Okay.
So this is my way of teaching. I ask you guys to read first, then I will come back and little bit explain, and then I will ask you to study. So you will try yourself to understand. Okay. I will go to the flow services.
కరెంట్ లేదురా సనే ఎందుకురా అంతేనా
This is also be covered
Okay,
many
okay.
topics, but I just wanted to go.
నాకేం తెలుసు నాకు తెలియదు అడుగు
Okay.
ఏమో
So here he talks about integration services pipeline. What is pipeline? Okay. How do you substitute variables? We already substitute few variables. Have you seen like the count, sum, average, few variables? We know like how to substitute the variables. Okay. Now we know how to run, but I have not explained you debug. Okay. What is debug? How to debug? If you studied in Java, like setting the breakpoints. Have you studied in Java like breakpoints? Even in our microprocessors 8086, if you coded there, I don't know how many them coded 8086 or 8081, right? I don't know which processor you work. Remember 8086?
Yeah.
Have you coded that 8086? There also like we will put it a breakpoints. We can feed the commands one by one, command set, and then we can do the debugging. Okay, forget about electronics. Now we move to software, right? So debugging is nothing but one is running is like entire code is executed in one code. You got the input, you're given the input, you got the output directly, right? But in debug mode, what we can do is, let's say you have number of services are there here. Okay, let's say flow services. I'm just okay demo. Let me see. Let's say this is one invoke activity, right? Similarly, I have 10 invoke activities here after this. Okay, I wanted to see like output of one activity, one invoke. Then I wanted to step next. Okay, I wanted to execute that step, that next invoke activity. Okay, and then I want to see the output of that invoke activity. Then step next, we'll see that how to debug, but step by step we can execute our code and we can see the output of that invoke activity or that function is working properly or not. Are you getting that? Called as a debug. Okay, run mode is continuously running. Debug mode is like I can run this one code, debug. This is a debug. Okay, this one is run. Okay, I will come back again debug, but right now I just giving a little bit hint. There is a debug. Debug means step by step you can execute your code. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Step by step you are executing the code is nothing but debug. Okay, you will execute one step and you will see that function worked properly or not. The output is expected result or not. Then you will step next and you will see the output of that next function is correct or not. And then you will go to the next step. So like that you will execute entire program. Okay, that is called a debug. Okay, I will explain the debug when it comes like in the training. but first there is a debug option is there. Okay. Okay. So we know services. Pipeline we
flow
have
services and
and
adapter services.
Yeah, we service flow services. So what services says is, I told you, flow service is nothing but it's a black box kind of thing. So some logic is executed inside, but it has inputs and outputs. So first step when we created a flow service, right? Flow service. What we did is we went to input/output tab, right? Everyone remember. Anusha and Meghna, I'm not getting from you. So are you following? Or I am teaching
Yes,
something?
sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. And what about Jashwant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whenever we create any flow service, right, our main thing will go to input output. We are saying that
Yes, sir.
this flow service is a kind of a function. Okay. So inside that some logic is executed, but input to that function we write here input, and here output parameters or output fields will create or variables will create. Okay.
Yes.
So that is what is talking about here. So it's a block box kind of thing, have inputs and outputs. Okay. The question will come, what is flow service? If anyone asks. Okay. So you have to think and answer. Okay.
We have input and output. We have
It's a kind of a function. Basically, yeah.
It is one type of.
You should say like it's a kind of a function. Flow service is nothing but a function. General terminology.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. It has input and output. That function can do some kind of execute some kind of logic. I'm not going with a bookish statement. Whatever mind will get it, little bit put it in our own words. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next one is we'll go to this. Okay.
Service.
So we know these things. First step what we do is building a new services. First we will go to the input output tab. We create inputs and we create the outputs, correct? And then we come to the tree. We'll come to the tree. So where we will write our logic. All the activities tasks we will create. Okay.
Sir,
Here
this
this
tab
is
is.
we invoke.
Sir,
First is invoke. If you wanted to.
sir,
Hmm?
sir, this tab is called
Yes.
tree tab.
Tray tab. Yes. Okay. And if you select any of the invoke activity, bottom you will get it. That is a pipeline. Yeah. It's why the name pipeline is coming. If you see pipeline, it's exactly water tank. Like if you see in Hyderabad, somewhere Gandipet to our houses, water will come. How pipes, right? One pipe will be connected to another pipe. It's like that, right? It's a pipes are connected so that output will come. Okay. Similarly, that's a same word they used. So number of activities, one invoke will be connected to another invoke like that. But everything is executed and the results are coming. Okay, so that is a tree structure. But if you see pipeline is previous output is shown, all the previous output shown here, and the current task or invoke activity output is shown here, pipe output. Okay, that's why they call it as a pipeline. Pipeline have inputs and outputs.
Output.
Yeah, you can do kind of a transformation or mapping in between. Okay, that's why it's called as a pipeline. Clear, everyone? Pipeline?
Sir. Sir.
Okay, so when we are doing, right, suppose let's say do you have that demo to, let me see, list flow. Okay, suppose let's say if I click this on, it says that this is my all outputs. Okay, these are the outputs of this invoke and also entire flow service. Last activity outputs are output of the pipeline. This is a output pipeline. So these are the fields will be returned or data will be there when you execute it also. But I don't want to send these fields or display these fields. Okay, I can select this one. I can drop out.
Yes.
Here there is a dropout. So
Dropouts.
yeah, that means when you execute it, right, at the end the results you are getting, right, in the results this list will not be shown if you drop out.
In the output case.
Okay. Yeah, so I can drop out this also. So that means in the result set output, these fields values will not be shown, only rest will be shown. Okay, so this is useful many times because suppose let's say if I ask question, you have to answer that question only, right? If you give extra additional things, I may get confused, correct?
Yeah.
So similarly in IT field also, that's just example I'm giving, but in IT field also, let's say if I given you add two numbers, I need result only. Okay, but if you give me the numbers as well as result, what is the use? That is numbers. Yes, I know already my numbers. Okay, if you are returning the number, there is no meaning, right? Are you getting? So pipeline, to put it this way, so but let's say inputs are A comma B. It's there here, this side. Okay, you did add and you have a result. Okay, but in the pipeline output, suppose pipeline output is here. Here it's showing. Let's say I have result, comma, okay, like this. A is there and B is there, pipeline output. Okay, but what is the point in sending again A and B in the output? Okay, I will go to this one, drop out, drop. If I do drop, it will not available in the output when we execute. So if I drop A, B, only I will get the results. Are you getting this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is one question someone is asked. That's why I'm focusing again. I'm telling everyone where the questions will come. Okay. So you should remember, and at the end is you should not say this question. This is not taught in the training. Okay. But why I'm asking, it's not just exam, but during the development also, we should know. We should drop some of the fields which we don't need in the output. Is that clear? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
So that is what is talking about drop here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, links that drop pipeline data as needed. Drop pipeline data. So you can select it in the drop if you can. So these fields will not be there in the result output. Okay, that is the drop. Document using comments. So last section, no, we'll write the meaning of something. Sometimes in actual projects, we write description of the service. What is here? I explained already. This service is used for so blah blah blah. This logic is blah blah blah. Like that, we will write here comments. All we can write it here. Okay. Okay, but it's a best practices in the development. Okay, you can impress your lead because every project when you do the coding, right, whoever be the lead, he will review your code. Okay, if you follow the naming standards and if you give comments properly, okay, and the results are good, and if you drop everything which not needed, extra fields, then he will think that, oh, this guy know actual development. Okay, he is providing the good services. Development, he know development. He's good in development. That is what they say. Okay, we have to learn that also. Okay. The layout is almost same, but in the layout, it's a layout kind of thing. What we are executing, it will show. So if you see this layout, oh, this is input, there is a mapper, it's a loop we are doing, then you are logging the debug. So sometimes this will be useful as a lead, right? I used to go to the tree first. I will check what is the logic written correct or not. I will check. Sometimes I will go to the layout also. I will see my logic. By looking at this also, I can understand where you did wrong or where you did correctly. Okay. So layout and trees are both are same. Okay, but only the way representation is different. Okay. Okay. So pipeline. Anyone understand this one? What is explaining?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, what is time now?
Time 10. 9:58.
Okay. Yeah, almost 10. Can we take
Yes, sir.
Can we take break? Because it is 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours I'm continuously explaining. So I need break.
2 hours, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, 2 hours, right? Oh, yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think you guys learn a lot today, right?
Yeah.
It's not just okay. Yeah, we'll walk through this one. We'll go through this. I will explain this one, but we'll take 20 minutes break. Meghana, you are saying something?
Sir, Package Explorer means what, sir?
Package Explorer
I know package
means this
navigator.
one. This is nothing but
Package
package
navigator.
This
Yeah.
package
Sir, then
navigator.
after results it came Package Explorer, no, sir.
Okay, here,
Okay,
right? Okay, this one. Okay, so this package explorer is nothing but this one. Whatever package navigator is saying, that only. But you can create. If you want to create a project, import a projects, existing project. Suppose let's say someone is shared source code, you can import also. That's the thing.
Okay.
So package explorer, or before this package navigator, you will first get the package explorer. But when you select this one, create project and import project, you'll get all this. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
results, like when we execute, all the results are showing here. That is the results tab. Pipeline is like
Logged fields.
mapping. Where?
Invoke.
Input output logged fields.
Okay. What do I say?
Logged fields, sir.
Logged
After
field.
input
Okay.
out.
Okay. Logged fields, right? Sometimes I wanted to log one of the field only. Instead of writing debug out statement, okay, without using debug out, I wanted to log the message. This average message, I can do that. Okay, try in your Shiva or everyone. Create something without use debug. Okay, create 2 or 3 fields. Go to the log and select that one, save it and run, and check the console here, what is printing or not, or go to your server logs and verify it. Okay, do some exercise. Okay, I will try to teach you, but you also try. Okay.
Yes, sir, we can try, sir.
We'll take 20 minutes break and then we'll come back. Then we will see this one. I will explain this slide. Okay. But today complete all 8 chapters, 7 chapters. 7th one I will explain again. But complete 7, and Monday in every topic we'll have 3 or 4 questions. Every slide I think 1 or 2 questions. Okay. 95% is the cutoff.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you can judge yourself. I don't. We created one more field. Okay, and then we initialized also. Okay, similarly, what is saying now? These are the fields, num, name. These are the fields like this grayed out, right? Those are, let's say, initialized in the first itself in the pipeline. That means you went and pipeline. Let's say here map. We'll see from here. So first step is like here pipeline. You have some fields created, a count, the count, sum, average you are created, and num list you are created. Correct? These are the pipeline input and pipeline outputs you created. But when you go to the tree, so you initialized these fields. Let's say all these fields. Okay, num list is the input, and remaining fields you initialized. When you go to here, look here, what is happening? It's shown all the input fields. Count, sum, average. These are initialized fields. Those are initialized, correct? So that is what he is talking in this one. These fields, order number, name, phone, account, total, quantity, date, item. These are, let's say, assuming that these are initialized before our process is executing. Okay, or these are the input of that flow service. Okay, so you have a first invoke activity, right? So invoke activity, when you are executing invoke activity, it can see all this gray out one. Okay, and you do something and it returns the output, T number, transaction number. So when you go to the next invoke, you can see all these inputs along with the output of this one. No, so it's like this. In our case, we created count, average, we initialized values. After the map activity, and you have a number list. Right? So first activity is blue. After that, you print the debug out. Right? So when you are executing debug out, you are able to see like count also, average also, number list also, right? Are the input to the debug. Correct? All are silent. Are you doing some other work or listening? I think you guys are doing something other. I'm asking 2 times. Okay. See, these are my input to the debug statement. Okay. So since debug is not returning any output, the output is also these same fields here, debug out. Okay. When we execute it, this will be the output. Okay. And this is also debug out, output of, I think basically I should say like debug out, there is no value, so there is no. But let's say you have a add-ins, correct? For these add-ins, these are my inputs. All 3 will be inputs. On the left side, you will see the pipeline input, all 3, right? You can map it to this add-in count and numbers also. This number list also you can add ins. Okay. After add in, suppose let's say you have a average. So output of this one is sum. Output of this one is like sum, right? Output of this returns sum. Okay. Now you have a add-ins output is count. Again, it's a count. Something count you have. Okay. But now sum you have. Some function you have added. For sum, right? These all inputs from the previous of all the flows, and output of this will be available. Okay, this let's add ins giving, let's just see. I'm just making a C, not count. Okay, so for the sum input, you can see the C value also like this. Okay, after sum, let's say result is I'm getting S. Okay, let's say divide. You have another function is called divide, division. Okay, so to input of this division, right? What are the fields you can see is, you can see all these values first initializable and the C for output of C here. Okay, and some output is also you can see. Are you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Meghna, can you explain me what you understand?
First, we should take the debug out count and average. Next, for example, if we take output as division, then we can create S as the division. We can create any alphabet as the division.
Okay, yeah. So that is an example. So, but you're not able to understand. Anyone? Look, Shiva Prasad, are you clear? Jashwant, Nagaraju, Sai Ram, anyone? Okay.
No, sir, not clear.
Okay. Let's say I'm putting in that diagrammatical form. Okay, this is first task, invoke activity. Next invoke activity. I have third invoke activity. It's a 4 invoke activities like this. Okay, each one is connected like this. Okay, let's say 3 activities right now taken. You have 3, one after the other, connected in a tree structure, but I'm showing like a horizontal way. Okay, so we like here we're doing tree, right? One after the other. So the same I'm showing like this. This is, let's say, add. This is multiplication, assuming I'm just giving multiplication. This is sum. Let's say I have invoke activities. Let's say input I have for this entire flow. I've given inputs like this. First inputs are, let's say, A and B. A comma B is my inputs. Okay. So output of this one is C, assuming. Okay, result R. Okay, output of this one is R. Okay, when we go to the multiplication, right, I can see this A, B, C, D, A, B, 2 values here also. Okay, do that. I will write it here only. So I can see A, comma B, and also R as an input to this multiplication. Okay, let's say output of multiplication is a variable stored in variable M. Okay, addition output is stored in a variable R. Okay, so mule function, this multiplication invoke function input, I can see these fields so that I can map it. If I want, I can map it. Okay, so multiplication output, let's say value stored in M. When I'm going to sum, right, I can see all my previous activities, inputs and outputs. Here, A, B, R, and M. Are you getting? So output of like input to any activity, any invoke activity, you can see field or fields from the previous activities. Whatever there, I can see. That is what he's talking about it. So pipeline is an in-memory data structure in which input and output values are maintained for integration server services. A pipeline is a per service. Okay, pipeline is nothing but per service. Service means invocation. You are doing this invocation. Suppose let's say invoke purchase Lego PO log PO is talking, right? So this is the invocation. This is a service. So for this pipeline will be shown. For this pipeline will be separately shown. This for this invoke pipeline will be shown. This entire is flow service. Okay, you are doing n number of services. So that's why pipeline is per service. It is instantiated by the integration server when the service is run. When we started running, right, at that time, all these pipelines will be instantiated. Means started. Okay, pipeline starts with the input to the service and collects inputs and outputs from the subsequent services in the flow. Subsequent service in the flow. So that means when I looked at here, this service, whatever my inputs are there, I can see in this service, so that I can use. If I want, I can map it. And the output from this one also, right? So when I go to here, this service, I can see previous inputs plus this output of this activity will be available for me here. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I can try to read it. Okay. Okay. So we know data types. We have seen data types. String data type we already used in pipeline. String list we have used. Number list. Correct? String table. We can use string table. It's a kind of a lookup table. Lookup table, I will say. So if you see string list, right? So each will have a position 0, 1, 2, 3 position. These are the positions of that list. Like, list contains USD, Canadian, yen, and euro. These are the currency types. Let's say is just give an example. Let's say currency is my list name, string list name. The way like number list we used in our flow service. So similarly, what is talking is USD like this. Did anyone understand while going through this one? Nagaraju or Shiva? No? Are you guys doing some work?
No, sir.
No, sir. Following this only.
And I asked 2 times again, same thing, something happening. Okay. So currencies is nothing but currencies. It's holding like, these are the way, like it's an array. It's the array USD, comma, CND, Canadian. It's like storing these values. Euro. Okay. So it's a list of values, each having the position. Okay, each having the position USD 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, that is a currency. So when we want to use list, string list, we can use it like this. Okay, sometimes we wanted to use, it talks about table. Table, right? Lookup table. Have you heard about lookup table? We have written programs for 8086 also, lookup tables. Okay, so table is like this one. So it's a kind of 2-dimensional array. 2-dimensional array we called as a string table. Wherever I want a 2-dimensional array, 2-dimensional array, right? 2-dimensional array. Okay. Yeah, so this is a 2-dimensional array. Yeah, 2 columns will be there. It's a kind of a lookup table. If I use USD, what is my currency rate? Canadian, what is currency rate? Yen, what is currency rate? So that is like a 2-dimensional array. So one more example is like, let's say if I give first class. Okay. First class, I can say 60%. Okay. Second class, I can say 50% or 45. I don't know how it is, but 45%, something like that. So this is a third class. I can say it's 35%, 36%. So this is my lookup table. It's a two-dimensional array. Okay. If I wanted to store data in one of the variables so that I can use it in my process, I can create a current table, string table. Is that clear? Okay. So we'll talk about document list, document references later. Okay. But we know these three we used also. Two we have used. String table we can use. So create string table. Today's assignment, try to print the values. How do you print list table list values? Use for looping. Okay, can you do that? Yeah, so this currency table, string table, how we can use string table? Okay, store some values like USD one, or like I given one more example, like first means 60%. You can make it like this. It's a class. Class is the name of the what you call string table. Create a string table. Initialize the values the way like we initialize number list, right? So you can do in the runtime also. You can give the values. Okay. Loop the data and print. First class 60, second class 45, third class 6, 36. This value should be printed, and we should able to see in the logs. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So Sairam, you can post this as a assignment in after that. Okay. Okay. So run as a service, we know how to run the services. We studied.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Test input data. Okay. This one we know, like number list we did, but I wanted to explain a little bit more. It is very useful there also. Suppose let's say you're running this flow service. Okay. You know how to run this flow service. Run as flow service. Okay. You saved it. Okay. We got this number. So I can, so this is previously entered, it is shown. But sometimes this is so complex, like XML message will be there. It's a so complex element. Okay. Every time modifying this data or saving, it takes time for you. You can save this data. Click this is data. You can store, let's say I'm storing on desktop now, but you'll store in proper location. Test data. First time you will enter data, and then you will store this one. Okay. Then I can go, let's say, go to the test. This is test data, right? I can open this data in text editor. Let's say what will happen, how it looks like. So the data is looking like a XML structure. You know what is XML, correct? So I can go, I can copy, let's say extra data is there. I can manipulate this data, and then I can how can I load it? I can save this data in my text editor. Okay, here only I can change it. Whenever I'm wanted to test, right, I will go and load and replace. So I will go to here, desktop, test data. I know test data which we modified. I'm opening. See 16. So new data is there. I can run it. Is that clear? This one, load and replace, save, clear. So clear means all the data is cleared. Okay, I can I can load clear one data also. Okay, let's say I wanted to clear this field, clear that. No, clear is completely doing. Okay. So, but you can load the data like this. Save the data and load the data. Are you getting this one? Anyone tried this one before this one? Before I explained, anyone tried?
Yes.
Oh, you saved it so that it is saved in the, but you have not tried load and replace. Okay. So you should have tried. Okay. Okay, now it's clear. Right? This topic's clear. Okay. This is many times useful. Many times I will save it. Like we do unit testing, right? We'll save in some location. I will tell you. We will come back like GitHub. There are new where we store this source code. We will not keep this code in our local. We will store in. Okay, those things are not now, but there is a source control where we'll check in the code, check out the code. So there are things are there. We'll talk at that time. I will ask like hey, if you tested unit testing, okay, can you save this testing file, this file, whatever the file. So that file is we store exported, right? This file. I will ask to check in or store that file in some folder so that whenever any other guys modifying your code, they can use and test. You got it? So that is how this testing files will be useful many times. Okay. GitHub. Yeah, it's there, but we'll come back. Don't focus on new things now. GitHub. Okay. So those are not related to your interview. They will ask you whether you know GitHub or not. That takes 5 minutes for you to understand GitHub. But the core concepts of web methods is difficult to understand. Okay, we'll come back there. Okay, so any technology like we work, we can store the test data file. Okay, so you should know that. Okay. Um, the one we studied here now, what is talking about invoke services, debug. So this is run services. We know how to run. Okay, we know now. We know load and replace, save. Clear how to load it. Everyone practice. Okay, practice will remember. So try this one today. Okay, now demonstration. He will go next. So all this we did. That's why I'm going through again. Okay. Now someone asked like now how to run in the browser. I think who asked last week? Yeah, you last, right? Yes. Yeah, you have seen this one. Right click, you can do, right click in the browser, open in the or run in the browser. First one you can do it like this. Run in browser. Run in browser only submit string and string list inputs to the service. If you need to pass any other type of input, run service only. You're getting right. So only if your input is list and list string list, it works. Okay. Anyone will ask if you run in browser, is it works for everything? No. If your input is string list, if your input is a document, it won't work. Okay. If it is there, it automatically converts into list. It's saying. So it's open in the browser. Okay. Can you type your IS integration server username password? Yeah, type. Are you there? Sairam? Oh, he's there, right? I thought like he given us his the system and left. Okay. Okay, so it executed. So if you see this URL, so this is your localhost 555, right? This is integration server. Okay, so since you are invoking flow, so keyword will be flow. Invoke demo2 is your package name, not package name, the namespace. You will see folder name and your service name. Okay, that is a namespace. And the question mark is after that is a input, right? Whatever the input is your number list, and the whatever the values are there, it worked. So you can open the browser also. It's not necessarily should run. You can test it from without browser also. Sorry, without running from designer. You can write it like this. Okay, localhost 555 slash demo2 slash demo2. So I can I will change it. Wait, list service. Okay, question mark. Sorry, invoke is missing here. Invoke also you need to, because you're invoking a service. Invoke slash. Okay. Yeah. So number list equal to some value. Okay. Let's say I will give number list equal to 5. Question mark. Number list equal to 6. Let's say I can give 6. So you can enter username password. Some error is coming. Okay, parameter num list parameter here, the number parameter list is not correct. Something what happened? Number n capital, list L is capital. What I did is number list. Correct only, right? Localhost 555 invoke demo2 list for service number list. Let me give one more. Do you see any issue there? Okay, number list expects. I don't know why there's some issue is there. Okay, even if it list may contain one also, right? There is no need to give two. There is a issue is there, but like this we can test. You got it, everyone? So how can we test in debug mode? So this is a question may come. This question definitely will come. Okay, how do you run? So we know like 2 ways we can run. One is like a flow run as flow service that we did. Second one is you can invoke services outside of designer. Okay, invoking means calling a service outside of designer. How we can do is using this URL. So invoke keyword, you have to remember this invoke keyword. Okay, and your package name, so not package, folder inside the folder. If you have 2 folders, then folder name dot folder name should be there. In your case, you have a demo only. That's why demo2 and slash it is there. Suppose let's say if you have a folder like here, if you see customer services, adapter services, and get services there, right? So customer services dot get services, customer services dot adapter services slash get customer. Everyone got it? This one? Confusion? I need everyone to try this again.
Yes.
Okay, so acme support.example. So this folder, inside a folder is there and actual service is there. just to create a simple service. What I'm saying now, like forget about this one, just create a one more service. It gives you experience. What is, like add two input numbers, num1 and num2. Okay, and as a flow service input parameters, result is output. Okay, no logs, nothing, just add invoke, add two numbers, add ins you have, right? Map it inputs and output is mapped to output. Okay, and test that service. You can run it from flow service whether results are getting or not, from the browser whether you are able to test or not. Are you getting? Small example you have to take, everyone. Show me tomorrow how this works. I need I will ask you to show me everyone this one. Okay, yeah, we can take debug also. How you can do the debug? Now I will stop it here only. Okay, I want you guys to do these things also. Okay, so but this is, understand this one, right? How can I test outside the designer? Okay, there are three ways you can run that service, whatever you develop. One is run as flow. You can do run as service or run as flow service. That is one. Second one is from outside of the designer. How can you run? So you should know that localhost :555 / invoke / namespace folder / service name question mark will be there, and parameters will be there. Is that clear? Okay, correct. Okay, now I wanted to give some more information about the URLs. Okay, we'll talk later also, but at this time I'm giving some idea what is URL. So let's say localhost or anything is there, some port number. Okay, something less, no, abc/test, something is there, question mark is there. Okay, num equal to 5, ampersand will be there. Okay, let's say color equal to red, something I given. Okay, this is completely called URL. Okay, everyone knows. Just concentrate here. Everything is, this is called a URL. Okay, but this part after question mark is there, right? We call it as a query parameters. Okay, query parameters. If you have notes, note it down. Okay, this part we call it as a query parameters. Okay, this part is there, right? Here suppose let's say /1 is there. Okay, or employees, let's say something like REST services. We'll talk about doing the REST services, we'll come back, but first this is query parameter. You should know after question mark whatever is there, right? Name value pair. This is name value, which is separated with ampersand. So that value is called as, name value pair is called as query parameters. Is that clear? Next time whenever I ask, you have to tell me what is query parameters. I am not going to repeat again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So suppose let's say employee /1 is there, right? This one we called as a path parameter. Okay, path parameter is value is 1 in this URL. So employee / so this is URI. We call it as a this is URI. This entire thing is called as after port number. After port number, whatever is the URI. Okay, after port number till question mark, whatever is the URI. Complete. This one is completely URL. We call it as this is URL. Everything is together is called as URL. Okay, so this is query parameter. Okay, URI is after the port till question mark URI. Okay, inside that also, like, number is there. Suppose let's say employee / unique ID. This is ID something. Okay, that ID, if the URL contains that ID, it's some kind of ID, we called it as a path parameter. Okay, I will focus this path parameter when I'm going to explain you REST services. Okay, but for now you should know this query parameter. Is that clear? Okay, I'm stopping here. Okay, it's for late for me, but I want again, I think good session today, little bit learned. Okay, so I want again everyone to go through one more round from 1 to 6, but first focus on 5, 6, 7. First focus 5, 6, 7. Okay, on Saturday or Sunday 1 to 2 also study. From first 7 chapters we'll have exam. I will give you 30 questions. Okay, we'll have we'll see how we can do the exam. Okay, 30 questions, 28 I think. What is the pass percentage? 95%. That means 28 is pass. Okay,
Monday, sir, we have exam.
Monday morning.
Objective type, sir, it is.
Yeah, I will put it objective type this time. Okay, I don't want to pressurize you.
Okay.
If your luck is there, you will pass all. But if you study with hard work, then you will clear. Okay, that's why 28 is the pass mark for 30 out of. Okay, this is first test. I'm not saying this is final test. Okay.
Okay, this is not final test.
No, we have 13 more chapters to go.
30 chapters.
Not 30. 13.
13. Okay.
Okay, but most of the topics, whatever we study, right, it repeats the same first 5, 6 chapters, but later like 8 chapters are there. Those are little bit really complex chapters, but those are very good, interesting chapters. You only say, oh, this is interesting, how it works in actually projects. Okay, now you have learned JDBC queries, you learn joins, you know little bit joins also. Now you know like how to code, how to test also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll learn more. There is a source control system, we'll talk about later.